Hey guys!
It's 9:15. It's finally time to do my video. Um, yeah, guessing by the title, you already know the subject matter, and it is there will never be another Tupac, and why this is a good thing. You know, every time in the rap industry, or at least it used to be like that, when a new rapper came in and broke new grounds, people were quick to jump to say, "Oh, he's the next Tupac," and you know what? I take issues with that, because not only do you put Tupac on this high pedestal, but you know, nobody that makes music is like going into with the intention to becoming the next Tupac or Whitney Houston or whatever. They want to be the next themselves. Because even then, when you're called the next Tupac, you're just the next best thing to Tupac, and that's both insulting to Tupac himself and yourself, because you're not the best at what you're doing, but the best substitute for something else. And rap has changed. It was a there was a way and a style how Tupac delivered his music. He was very educated. He wasn't the most skillful, the most lyrical, or whatever, uh, or he didn't even put his message that good into his music. A lot of artists who are probably better in putting a message into their songs, like for example, Killer Priest, a Wu-Tang Clan associate. He has a lot of messages in his songs and educates people. There's a Sheru who's best known for making the intro song for the Boondocks TV show, but that guy is a teacher, and his music, if you listen to it, it's very influential. There's the Notorious B.I.G., who had a better flow than Tupac and most of his songs. There is MF Doom, who has such a good flow. You know, all these different artists, but Tupac, he had just this attitude and power in his voice that made it very quick for to the mainstream industry. Uh, he was a natural born leader, kind of, and you hear this in his songs. No matter, it doesn't really matter that he wasn't the most lyrical, or because his lyrics were still impactful. They still said something. But Tupac wasn't perfect. He was the best thing at this at the thing he did. And we should all respect that and not draw attention to it by saying there needs to be another Tupac or whatever. Or that we trade in that we trade in an artist for Tupac, for him being back alive, because Tupac had a lot of flaws. He had anger issues. He was very quick in his anger and didn't really care, about the fallout. He reveled in this image of being a thug, an outlaw. You know, the media portrayed him as this sort of villain, and instead of fighting this image, Tupac appreciated it, loved it. He loved every second of it. There are some glimpses that he didn't do and enjoy this image, but with this image came fear by the people. People feared him and his music, and that's why he's on such a huge pedestal, because he could have done more, you know. He could have been a leader on the same level of Malcolm X or Martin Luther King, you know. I'm not comparing Tupac to them, but he rallied people and awoke something in them to change their ways or give a hug to another brother, you know. There were a lot of things he did during his short lifetime to improve black community, and we should respect that. And also there's the fact that Tupac, besides his anger issues, was incredibly paranoid during his last years alive, you know, and addicted to weed. So after the shooting came in, his music changed. We all know the story. He made an entire diss track album addressing his enemies, sometimes more subtle, sometimes less subtle. We all know the story. You know, he was paranoid by the weed. He didn't really know who his true friends were anymore, and adding to that fact that he was high so many times, and really made his image worse, you know. But still, in the music that came out after his death, you find a more somber Tupac who was aware that his life was coming to an end, you know. But yeah, we should compare music on a certain level to other artists, and I might not be a fan of what's now considered mainstream hip hop, but that doesn't mean that I compare it or want another Tupac, you know, because probably somebody is out there who can put the themes and subject matters into a better message than Tupac ever could during his lifetime. So this is a quick video that I did now today. We see us next Sunday.